Hey guys, Pete Roberts here with BJJweekly.com for a new issue of Rolling Reflections. I should call this Tournament Rolling Reflections because it is a no-gi tournament I jumped into. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is for our no-gi guys and also the guys that wanted to see 100% roll for Rolling Reflections. So I had to kind of get through my first match to get Dan and get the footage that I was looking for, but we're just playing handsies here a little bit, and I eventually get I'm not even exactly sure what that was, but some type of takedown, I guess, get the points and jump into a Kimura position. So I'm looking to kind of set my hands behind his head, set my feet behind his head here and lock him up, just to keep him in the position that I want him in. I don't want to move him to his belly, and so locking up his head keeps his body in the same position. I've got a pretty deep bite, Kimura bite here. I'm dealing on his bicep, trying to separate his arms, but he's wicked strong, and he keeps his grip and he stays patient until he can deflect me and get his knee back in and replaces his butterfly guard here. So we take a little breather and just Dan's very strategic. He likes to control the pace of the match, and of course this is my first time ever fighting no-gi. I really don't train no-gi, so I'm a little bit out of my element. I'm a gi fighter, and probably gonna end up doing more no-gi after this because I really enjoyed it. But first time I've ever fought no-gi, and what I noticed was my grips weren't there. I try to shoot my leg straight back, donkey kick, and really isolate that leg. I use that a lot in the gi, but he was so slippery. I didn't have my grips, and he sucked me right back into his guard. And if you guys don't know Dan Simmler, he is a super high level black belt, was ranked for 4 years running the top grappler in the United States. He fights in the gi and no gi. Super talented grappler. So I'm trying to isolate an arm and isolate an arm and stand up to pass his arm under his back. But he was privy to it, and he wasn't going to let it happen. He opens his guard and looking for a sweep or to kind of work his open guard, but he ended up closing it back up, and he's looking for an arm drag here, and I'm trying to keep him from really getting a good bite on my tricep and pulling my arm across, because I didn't want him to end up on my back. So I think he ends up getting that arm drag, and I end up standing up a little bit, and you'll see right here he's breaking my posture. I'm trying to keep my posture up, and I stand up and I fall back for this really sloppy ankle lock. And if you've ever seen Dan Simmler, you know his calves are the size of pumpkins, so nobody's gonna submit him with a straight ankle lock. I just don't think it's possible. So we end up in a scramble. I get a deep half guard and kind of come up for this leg here, and Dan stands right up with it, so I didn't get my usual deep half guard I like. He just stood right up, and I ended up going for like a leg hook takedown, and Dan does a beautiful jump to mount right here. He timed that so well. I didn't even feel it coming. Had no idea. Next thing I know, I was mounted. He's looking for points. This is a money fight. This absolute. There's a bunch of cash going out to the winner, so Dan's looking for points. And then he tries to sink this invisible collar choke in, which I tried to bridge and roll with, but he ends up a little bit on my back here, which I had to kind of sit on his bottom leg. I want to set all my weight on his bottom leg and scrape out, and at the same time I want to get my half guard back, so I need to be conscious of his leg where it is, push it through, and then get the underhook. I ended up going to like a Z guard because he stood up, and the Z guard's nice because you put it in his hip and it keeps him away. So the ref had us restart because we were out of bounds, and we ended up somehow scrambling and standing back up from this position, and you'll see Dan catch the end of him just tossing me on my head. I tried to grab an arm on the way down, but he just stood up, tried a little sweep there, and ended up jumping guard, just to getting back into the position I want to be in, which is on my back. Well, it's usually on my back when I'm in the gi, but like I said, this no gi thing was a new experience. So I'm fairly happy with how it went, even though I ended up losing here. Dan decided here he's going to stand out my guard, and I kind of dive under for the star sweep I like to do in the gi. I've never tried it no gi, but I go for it, and he just sinks that crucifix in. Eventually gets it, and eventually submits me with it. So there's that nice crucifix. He falls back so smooth. He gets my arm, and as I try to bring my weight down, he adjusts and comes up and turns the arm for the beautiful Kimura submission. So thanks to Dan Simmler and the Freestyle Grappling Open for giving me the opportunity to fight, and we'll see you guys next week on bjjweekly.com.